So I was just casually hopping on the world, right? All of the bosses have been fought, we've been doing pretty great, and the next thing on the to-do list is to continue building my base. Well, that's what I was doing, but then I saw a chest sitting over here, and I was like, let me see what it says. This is for you. I know it takes a lot of stone. Nathan. Look at this! Look at this! This is amazing! He has gifted us all of this smooth stone. I was just over at his base and I looked at how much stone he had, and I was like, wow, that's a lot of stone. I was gonna try and buy some off of him, but he's gone ahead and gifted us this. What? Now, that's not gonna finish the whole thing. I'll just say that. That's not... I don't think that'll finish the entire floor, but it will get us really close. Also, what I want to do today is I want to do some work on the base, as well as give you a world tour, because I know what the world looks like. I'm flying around all the time. But apart from the 10 episodes that have been out before this, you have no idea what the world looks like. So I want to change that. I want you guys to have a good idea of where everything is and how it's laid out. And then we're just going to work on the base today. It's going to be a nice, relaxing episode. Oh, but there's actually one other thing I want to build too. Sorry. One other thing. But that's it. Pop those 2 diamond blocks. Thank you for the slabs. From C. From Chrome. All I want to do now is do a good old-fashioned time-lapse on the Mega Base and hopefully get through all of the wonderful slabs that he has given us. With that being said, let's go! Okay, so we made a lot of progress. If we... Oh, wrong direction. If we fly this way, you will see with your very own eyes just how much of this thing we got done with the help of Nathan. Look at that. Almost 3/4 of it are done, which means we got almost half of the entire circle with the stone that Nathan supplied. So... think about that for a second. I think it was almost it was 3.5 rows, I think, of stone. 3.5, and that didn't even quite get us halfway. That's how massive this thing is. But, another shout outs to Nathan. Thank you very much, my friend. That means an absolute ton to have gotten, well, a literal ton of stone. So now before we do our world tour, I would like to do something Christmassy, which I'm actually kind of nervous to do. I want to build a giant Christmas tree. Just, for the sake of being festive. The only problem is the very last time that I did this on a server was last season, and it was very shortly after I built the Christmas tree that the server went down. So, I'm a little bit hesitant to build this thing, but I'm going to do it anyways, and hopefully all goes well. I just went back to the ancient city, and I got myself a bunch of candles, so now those are all ready to go. I have a bunch of spruce logs along with a bunch of spruce leaves, so I think it should be pretty easy. No, I think it needs to be a little bigger. We can make it bigger. The tricky part is going to be landing on the top. Oh, I did it first try. That's me, professional Minecrafter. So it's very nice. I finished the tree. What do we think? It's not the greatest Christmas tree in the world, but it'll pass, don't you think? I think it's pretty nice. We have like a makeshift... Hold on, let me get my spyglass out of here. We got our makeshift star on the top. We have candles that represent kind of like the lights that are around it. I was going to take like concrete blocks that are like red and blue and green and stuff and put them around as ornaments, but I think those would be too big and clunky and make it look kind of weird. So currently that's what I have as the Christmas tree, and I think it's pretty nice. I might decorate around here a little bit, but other than that, I think it's just going to stay like this. With that being said, let's do a world tour. This is Spawn. This area that you see right around here, this is Spawn Island. Now, you don't exactly respawn directly on this specific block or anything. You're just kind of around here in general. And you have the rule board, which gives you all of the basic instructions. If you go right over here, we have Nathan's starter base, in which he built this tiny, cozy little thing. He pretty quickly moved out of it. Over here is the pathway down to his mine shaft, which is very, very nice. He has all of his basic farms around here, animals and crops alike. So it's very nice, very cozy. He also built a couple of stairways that go down. He has one there, and he has one right here. If I keep going in this direction as far as the eye can see, I will eventually make it to the ancient city that I was just in earlier and last episode. It's right off in that direction. If we go behind Spawn, you will see a shipwreck in the side of the iceberg. That is Jonathan's first base that he built. To save us a little bit of time, I'm just going to fly up there instead of try and walk up there. Ouch. So this is Jonathan's shipwreck. It looks very much like an actual Minecraft shipwreck. He doesn't have anything left in here because, you know, he's since moved on. But from here you can see quite a lot. This is the parkour course that I made. Let's go back to Spawn to get another basic sense of where everything is. So right here at Spawn, if you walk this way, you will get to Danny's house along with the things that he's constructed. He has this deep mine thing that he was starting to build. I've actually contributed a little bit to it. He has built his house right here, which actually looks very nice and very cozy, but I don't think he's been on the server that much. Yeah, see? I told him about the dragon fight. He didn't even ever see that sign. So you come in here, very cozy. Never finished the basement just yet, but he's got all the essentials, and I think it looks very, very nice. Going back to Spawn in a second, we have Josh's first house, where I thought he was living here for the longest time, but it turns out he was here for just a day or two. Some basic farms, all that good stuff. Other than that, nothing too much to see. If we go back up towards Spawn, you notice the nether portal that's up here. This is the central nether portal that connects to everything else, and I will give you a tour of the nether in a second. From here, let's skip Nathan's thing for the time being. This is the cottage, the shop that I made, which was originally my starter base. We have some crops on the outside. On the inside is the actual store itself. Let's see if we've made any sales. Alrighty, still super successful as always. And right over here is the Burge. This was what the Schlegel Construction Company had put through what I felt like was my land. But after all of the humorous conversations that we had and all of the awesome things that we've done together, we never actually ended up calling a war. We really can't call a war after all that. It was hilarious. But the Burge is very cool. You can ride it by minecart. I had a minecart. I don't know where it went. But you can ride it by minecart. Right over here is the kelp farm that I made, which is how I get all of my furnaces operating and going. Before we go to Nathan's skyscraper, let's take a look at the things that are over here, including Jonathan's base. I built this little bridge here that connects Spawn Island to this middle-ish island, where we have our wonderful Christmas tree, a cow farm that I moved away from my base, a snow golem that I actually never ended up doing anything with, and this guy, who is the reason why we have all the music discs that we do. You go across this little bridge that I made, and we get to Jonathan's second base, which I think looks very nice. It's a very, tropical feeling place in the middle of a snowy tundra. But he hasn't been on for a very, very long time. I hope he comes back soon. Jonathan, if you're watching this, come back soon, man. We all miss you here on the server. Right over yonder is a little Halloween trick-or-treat game that I made for the people on the server. I played it with Nathan. If you go across this bridge that I made, I pretty much made all the bridges on this server, but if you go across this bridge, you will get to the creeper farm that Nathan and I constructed, and it actually is a pretty good source of gunpowder, not producing a crazy amount, but then again, the people on the server don't use a crazy amount. By this point, I think I can fly in this area, so we'll go right back to the Burge, and I'll give you the very basic tour of Nathan's skyscraper. It's a very nice place. Nathan's got all of the basics. This level floor really doesn't have anything special. He has some banners here, which are very new, and this is just your way to easily access different parts of the world. If we go down the stairs, or we can jump into the water that he has right here, we will get to his ground floor, in which he has all of his storage, he has his beds, his amazing smelters, and the gift that he still hasn't picked up yet. If you go in here, this is where he was digging out his basement. I've shown that to you a lot recently, though, so I don't think it needs to be explored again. But that's where that is. We can either A, take the bubble elevator to continue, or we can go up the stairs. If we go up the stairs, we get to his portal and enchantment room, where he literally just has his portal and his enchantment table. Pretty self-explanatory. The next floor that you go up will take you to the Ring of Death, which I think is supposed to be like a fighting ring or something. We've never actually used it, and actually, for the sake of Nathan's sanity, I think we should, because I don't think he's gotten a single use out of this thing yet. From this point, you can only take the bubble elevator to continue. So if we go up carefully, we make it to this floor, which currently has nothing, but my guess is he's going to build something here very soon. You go up here, you have some more crops, in case he didn't have a sufficient amount down there. He has more up here, Nathan's meeting room / office area, which we all inspired him to do, where he has his music discs and some other things, jukeboxes, and a very nice gathering table with a cool design on the top. From here you can look out and see the entire server, well, just about, and get a basic sense of scale. Spawn Island, Middle Island, Johnny's Island, kind of a farm island. What I want to look at is the rest of the Burge. The Burge continues this way, which Nathan and I began to build. If we continue, as I was saying, you come down here to the Burge, and we have this little area, which of course is where we have built our farm. Oh, I still have stuff that I need to get. If we jump down here, we will eventually get to the spider farm that we all built. I'm still picking up stuff, good grief. We have our spider farm right here, a very nice source of string and other XP. Over here we have the stone guardians that Nathan and I constructed on the Burge. And from here we have a great view of what is my base. My mega base is here, that was Nathan's back there. And this one is mine. This is another one of the ports and my lovely horse right here. If you take a boat or just fly, you can make it over to my base, going up the ladders or just cruising in. We have this main area, which is where I sleep. This is basically the barracks. I have all my smelters and everything in here. I don't think there's anything in here for me to collect. Oh, yes, there is. All right, we'll get to that in a second. But then you come through here, you have all of the basic storage, yada yada yada. You've seen my base plenty of times before, along with the port that's right over there, which connects to the bridge. If you go over here, you have also some of my farms and crops and stuff. I am also constantly working at the third and final platform, which we were just working on earlier. But if we go in this direction, we will make it to the village that we do lots of our trading. Now, that is all great, but I'm missing a couple of things. Number one, the Nether. We have signs that mark where most of the things are, but not everything. And if we go all the way up the stairs and continue as far as the eye can see, this is that main portal at spawn that you saw earlier. It will pop you out right here, where if you keep on going in this direction, you will get to a nether fortress. But if you go here, you can access pretty much everything else. Nathan's nether portal is right here. Going slightly down the stairs, that is where the villager trading hall is. Go down a little bit further, my base is right through here. And then you go along this place. If you go here, we will get to the area where the end portal is. If you go through that up there, that's how we got to the end in the first place. And then if we go all the way down here, or if we make this easier and fly... Oh boy. You broke the portal! That was not part of the tour. When you pop through Josh's portal, you wind up down here in the belly of his castle. And he's got a lot of stuff here. He's got his basic enchantment area. This is supposed to look like a mirrored image, and it looks very cool. You come up these stairs, and you will get to the main section of his castle, where you have all the basics. You have barracks, just kind of like before. You have his grand hall area with his map of the area and all sorts of other cool things. Basic farms in the middle. You have smelting areas and a way to get out back. Storage. And then you have ways to get up to the guard towers. He also has a very cool front entrance, which we will try and get out of. And he has these stairs which will take you over to some of his other crops and farms and whatnot, which is right over here. If you were to go upstairs in his base, you would be able to get to this whole layout, which is very cool. And pretty much all the guard towers look the same. They're very cool. They're very functional. And if we go to the very top of his base, you will get to his meeting room. I just realized I didn't show you my meeting room, but that's okay. This is his meeting room. It's very, very nice. And then he has that secret area. Not really secret area, but he has that door that goes to the back out here, which takes you to several things. Lots of his farms are located over here. His horse, his honey, all sorts of animals and whatnot. And if you were to continue down this long corridor thing, you'll make it to this, which he has been trying to clear the water completely out of it. This is whatchamacallit. Ocean Monument, that's what it's called. There's an ocean monument in here that he's been trying to clear out, and I don't know how quickly it will be, but he's making some good progress on it. That's the full extent of this world so far. There will be more added in the future, but probably not a whole lot that's super far away. But what else is there to do? Well, a couple of things. There's still many more different things that I want to build here and there. Some more interactions that I want to have with the people of the server. And lots of holiday-related things that I want to do as well. So when will this season actually end? Well, this amazing world of 3S3 will most likely conclude at some point in March. There has been no established date just yet. In fact, I haven't even spoken... Wow, that was a strange close-up. I haven't spoken with any of the guys about ending the server just yet, but it'll probably not happen for another few months. So with that being said, we'll end next to this very nice note from Nathan. Once again, shout-outs to you for helping us with this project today. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and I will see you next time.